I think Tom, hypothetically, absolutely could probably go on till he's 100. I mean, you know, he shows absolutely no sign of slowing down, and he won't.
Good morning. Welcome to the Dave Berry Breakfast Show, where I am joined by two actors, one of whom I am meeting for the very first time, but I'm certainly a huge fan of her work. The second I've known for over 20 years. And they are both starring in the most anticipated movie of the year. Yes, I'm talking Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Please give it up for Hayley Atwell and Simon Pegg, everyone.
What an intro.
Really nice to meet you at
Lovely
last.
to meet you.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, Dave.
So, cards on the table. I've not seen the movie.
Neither of us.
That isn't. That isn't on me. But I have seen the trailer,
Yes.
like the rest of the world, and I want it. I want it bad, Hayley. I'm not going to lie. I like what I'm seeing. Should we all be, in the frenzy that we are for the final Mission Impossible? What do you think?
They know how to deliver. I mean, McHugh and Tom have been working on this. We've been attached to this particular film for the last 3 years. I feel like we've been filming
Final
it for.
Reckoning, yeah.
Final Reckoning and Dead Reckoning, 5 years in total for us. But they are always looking at ways to push it further. So this one is their sort of the big finale.
It's a great trailer as well. It's very good. I think it had 200 million views in 72 hours, which kind of blew my mind, yeah.
Wow. What I love about it is because obviously, just as a humble cinema goer, you think, what's Tom? What are the gang going to be getting up to this time? And then halfway through the trailer, like, biplanes. Of course. He's done everything else. Now it's the turn of biplanes.
Yeah, he's only held on to a single wing plane before. Now he's gone for the double.
There's a little confusion, I suppose, that, this was billed as the final Mission Impossible, with the title The Final Reckoning. But Tom recently kind of came out in an interview and said that he thinks he could do this till he's 80. So my question to you is this the final Mission Impossible movie? And do you think Tom could literally do it till he's 80?
I think the only way you can have that question answered is to see the film. I think Tom, hypothetically, absolutely could probably go on till he's 100. I mean, he shows absolutely no sign of slowing down, and he won't, I'm sure. With regards to Mission Impossible, remains to be seen.
I think what they've done brilliantly, though, with this one is that there is a satisfying storytelling sort of moments of closure, or a sense of things coming back from the previous Mission Impossibles, in a sense of completion and celebration of how far it's gone to this point.
Exactly.
So there will be that sense of real satisfaction of
Wrapping
where
up.
it ends.
Which is
Wrapping
very
up.
important. The thing that Tom may miss, if this is it for a little while, will be the stunts and the endless running and having that power to close down any major city in the world to shoot a film, which is a great power. What about you guys? Because Hayley, you said there, I suppose not a lot of people realised it. I certainly didn't. But you've been involved in this movie because it's been kind of split in two, effectively, for 5 years. When that wrap happened, how did you feel about that?
Well, I was wrapped on this 14 times.
What, you keep on coming back?
kept on coming
Why won't you
back.
get the message?
Because they were like, we've come up with another idea for Grace. And I was like,
Brilliant.
great.
I love
so in
that.
my mind, now I'm like, my mind has developed this sort of narrative which goes, it's not the end for me, don't worry.
Okay.
Like, it's never going to end. I think
It could also be an anxiety dream, that. Like, I suppose as an
The
actor,
fever
like, you
dream.
never get wrapped. They always want one more take or one more storyline.
I'd rather not get wrapped than feel like, oh gosh, this is the end, I'll be out of work forever, which is obviously a reality as well, and a fear, genuine fear for every actor, regardless of who they are. But the feeling for this, I think, is that I've met so many amazing people. The friendships will remain in my life. The people will remain. And so there isn't that sense of, this is it for me. It was more of what I've learned and what I've gained from the process of doing it. The training involved for me and then the maintenance of that training for the last 5 years changed my understanding of what the body can do and how to make the body dynamic and mobile and have endurance and stamina and strength, and then how that informs physicality and behavior for character. So these are all the things that I get to take with me, and that's invaluable.
Are they also things that you've dropped straight away? Are you like, I don't need to be this, active anymore now that we've wrapped? Or are these actually things that, as you say, have become behaviours where you want to keep these things going in your life?
I tried skydiving, which Grace doesn't need and use. And actually,
Did you? When did you do that?
I did it a while ago. They was like, "Do you want to do that as part of training? Because you might want to use it."
You
And I
might
was like,
jump out of the plane.
You, might
You
jump
never
out of
know.
the plane. You never know. You got to be ready for anything. And I thought, well, I'll train. So I got my PADI diving certificate, for example.
Tick that off.
And I got that during the training 5 years ago, and it wasn't until about 3 weeks ago when I was brought back again for an added bit.
Right.
That, without giving anything away, that became a useful thing to have gotten 5 years ago. So with skydiving, it was the same thing. I thought, well, yep, I'll give it a go. I might need it. And they're like, if you like it, then you can get your license. We'll keep you going. And I did it, and I went, yeah, never needed to. No.
Pom does
done.
it now. Like Tom
Pom's
gifted
amazing at
Pom Clementieff skydiving lessons for a rap gift, and now she's
Hundreds
jumping
of
out
jumps.
of air balloons.
Air
and all
balloons.
sorts.
She's doing
Sky ballet.
Yes, sky ballet.
What is sky ballet?
Like doing ballet in the sky.
What do you think it is, Dave? Yeah, no, I've asked a stupid question there, and you've given me the answer I deserve. Thank you, Simon. You've just schooled me on my own breakfast show, and I deserved it in that case. What about you? I mean, as Benji, one of the most beloved characters in the whole franchise, you know, Hayley's talking about, you know, making those friendships on set, which even just as a humble presenter, I think if you walk away from any show or series that you work on and you make friends that are going to be around, it really is a special thing. Is that the same case for you?
Yeah, particularly on these films, because we started making this film at a particular time in Earth's history or human history where everything was a little bit shut down, let's say. And it was 2020. We all know what was going on. And we were all bubbled together in our first locations, Norway and Italy. And we just spent all our time with each other. And we had no choice but to bond quickly and profoundly. And it just meant that, you know, making these films felt like a real family affair because we just all got to know each other super quick, didn't we?
There was a lot of jumping out at each other and filming reactions, which I think Tarzan, who's in this film, obviously playing Dagar, will be posting on social
Many
media.
videos of us making each other jump on cruise ships and in Italian hotels.
Hey, it's a job, guys.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you know, we talk about the essence of the family and, you know, how that comes together, and you get that from Mission Impossible. And, of course, that would make Tom Cruise kind of Daddy Bear. I'd love to get him on The Breakfast Show. Would you mind messaging him? And is there a Mission Impossible WhatsApp group that you could just slip
Weirdly
into
enough,
on my behalf?
he's in my phone under Daddy Bear.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Again, I said a stupid thing and you schooled me on my own breakfast show. Do you think, I mean, could you
We
go...
can text him.
Is there a...
Yeah.
He still texts the the semicolon and bracket for a smiley face.
Oh,
instead
for a
of an
smiley
emoji.
He
face.
does, he's old
I
school.
like it.
He's old school.
I like
yeah.
that.
We
Yeah.
could put in a good word. Do you know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
I mean, that would definitely smooth the way.
I mean, as I say, we've only just met. I hope this is going well.
We could
but
say
over
trust
20
Barry.
years, you owe me. You
I
owe
do
me.
owe you.
At least
Yeah.
a few,
For
right?
years
Surely.
of fun that
Warning
we've
that you
had.
don't know what Sky Ballet is, but I think apart from that,
Guys, it has been a real pleasure spending some time in your company. Thank you. I know the whole world cannot wait to see Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, which is in cinemas on the 21st of May. Hayley, Simon, thank you very much.
You're
indeed.
welcome.
Cheers,
Dave.
guys.
And good luck with your attempt to interview
Yeah.
Tom.